The air hums with soft, melodic voices. You hear some whispers and fragments of inductions drifting from nearby booths. Somewhere, a deep rhythmic voice counts down from 10, guiding an eager volunteer into trance. A few steps away, someone giggles in delight as their hand sticks to a table. Banners hanging from the ceiling, each one bearing hypnotic spirals, mesmerizing eyes, and words that seem to pull focus. Sleep, relax, let go. Vendors showcase pocket watches, metronomes, and spirals, while clusters of attendees swap stories of their latest hypnotic adventures. Even the ambient lighting seems to shift and soften, inviting relaxation. Amidst the gentle chaos of deepening minds and playful suggestions, two hypnotists stand near a quieter corner, engaged in conversation. Tell me, Syl, what would you say hypnosis is all about? For me, at the end of the day, I think hypnosis is all about comfort, about guiding someone into that perfect state of relaxation where they can just drift. At a place like this, don't you think it's the perfect method to put someone under?
Comfort is a simple thought, perhaps too simple, because the mind isn't simple, is it? It doesn't just settle into place like a puzzle piece clicking into position. It shifts, it moves. Things loop back into themselves in ways one may not notice. The moment they think they've got a firm grasp, something slips. Something shifts and they don't quite know where the change happened. Maybe it was a word, maybe it was a pause, maybe the way a thought just trailed off, and by the time they notice they're already too deep to do anything but keep going. But you were saying something about relaxation, weren't you?
That's an interesting way to look at it, Syl. The mind does shift, doesn't it? It loops, it spirals, sometimes without even realizing. And maybe that's why relaxation works so well. Because rather than trying to grasp at something solid, rather than chasing those shifting thoughts, you can just let them go. Oh, and before we continue, I see we have someone who seems interested in our little conversation. You, yes, you, sitting over there listening to us. Tell us, what do you think about what I said? Isn't relaxation just lovely? It's like floating, isn't it? Like when you lie back in warm water and for a moment you feel the tension in your body, that tiny effort to hold yourself up, but then something changes. Muscles loosening, breath slows, and suddenly you're just suspended. weightless, held in something soft and effortless. And the more you let go, the more you drift. And the more you drift, the easier it is to let go. And it's funny, because in a place like this, with so many voices, so many ideas, sometimes one voice, or maybe two, just seem to stand out a little softer, a little smoother, like a current pulling you deeper into that easy, comfortable state where thoughts can just float away. Yeah, that's what I thought. But why not listen to Syl? Maybe she'll also have a very convincing argument.
Relaxation is quite lovely. Oh, maybe that's why people assume hypnosis should feel like sinking, like melting into something soft and warm. Though, the mind doesn't always work that way, because the deeper the mind sinks, the harder it is to remember where things started, or when, or how exactly things arrived here. It's funny, actually. You were following along just a moment ago, weren't you? Following our words, tracing the meanings, letting them guide you exactly where you thought they were leading. But somehow, in the space between one thought and the next, something shifted. And now you might be wondering, who was I following just a moment ago? It's easy to forget how it starts, and now you're trying to remember where you were before this. But the more you try to retrace your steps, the more the details seem to slip. It should be easy, shouldn't it? Just thinking back, remembering exactly how this conversation began. What was said first? What led to what? And the moment you try to hold on to it, it shifts again. Because you weren't really trying to follow at first. You were just listening, casually, a bystander, just overhearing a conversation. But maybe you're right, oh. Maybe relaxing is easier. Maybe it's better if they stop trying to remember it all. What do you say?
Ah, yes. It's funny how that happens, isn't it? One moment, you think you're just listening, just overhearing a conversation. And then, before you even realize it, something changes. Maybe it was a word. Maybe it was just the way Syl's voice curled around the sentence. But now it's just easier to follow, isn't it? To stop trying to grasp and just let the thoughts move the way they want. And maybe you notice now that sense of going down. It's like descending a spiral staircase, one step, then another, with each soft word, each breath gently guiding you down. You don't even have to think about where you're going, because you can already feel it. Feel the way your body softens, the way your shoulders loosen just a little more, the way your breath slows to match the rhythm of the descent, step by step, word after word. You realize there is nothing to do but let go, because my voice is here, and Syl's voice is here, And together, they make it so easy to keep drifting down. And it's strange, isn't it? How natural it feels. How simple it is to let go when there's nothing pulling you, nothing pushing you, just an easy, gentle guiding, like floating in warm water, like sinking into a soft bed at the end of a long day. Maybe you've already noticed how deep you've gone, or maybe you're only just starting to, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because at this point, you're already going deeper, and the deeper you go, the better it feels. I think they're enjoying this already. Don't you agree so?
Oh, yes. I mean, they must be enjoying it, right? That slow, steady descent. Step by step, thought by thought, just following, just listening, just sinking. And I suppose if that's what's happening, if they're already feeling that pull, feeling their body softening, their breath slowing, then that must mean everything is working exactly as it should. That must mean we know where they are. That must mean they can track our words, moment by moment, second by second, or at least it should mean that. Except, have you ever had that feeling? The one where you think you've been keeping track of something simple like following a staircase down, step by step, knowing exactly where you are, until suddenly something doesn't add up. You were counting, weren't you? Watching, weren't you? Keeping track of every soft breath, every step downward, weren't you? And yet, somewhere between one step and another, something changed. And now you can't quite tell if you're still following, or if you lost track entirely. If you missed a step, or two, or more. And maybe that's the best part, isn't it? Because if you can't quite remember where you were a moment ago, then maybe you're already further than you ever expected to go.
Oh, I'm certain they're much further than they ever expected to go. But does that matter? Of course now, this feeling you're feeling, it's strange, isn't it? That little moment where you think you're keeping track and then something shifts. Maybe it was a step, maybe it was a breath, or maybe it was just the way Syl's voice wrapped around your thoughts, circling back, leading you somewhere before you even noticed you were following. But that's the thing about going down, isn't it? The deeper you go, the less you need to think about the steps at all. Because it's not about counting anymore, not about tracking where you are. It's just about sinking. It's so much easier to just let the steps fade, let them blur together, let them drift away. Because my voice is here, still guiding you. Syl's voice is here, wrapping around you. And between us, you don't have to do a thing, because every word is another step. Every breath is another drop. Every sound around you, every thought drifting by, just helping you settle deeper and deeper, like a soft, slow exhale at the end of the day, like warm, heavy blankets wrapping around your thoughts, pulling them down into something quieter, something softer, something easier. And the deeper you go, the better it feels. And the better it feels, the deeper you go. Until, in the end, it doesn't even matter if you were relaxed, or confused, or maybe even both at the same time. Because either way, you are always going to fall for us. You are always going to sink this deep. You are always going to be caught in our spell. And now, well, now you're here. Weak for us, open for us, ready to drop for us.
That's right. Deeper and deeper. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? The way uncertainty unravels. Because just a moment ago, you thought you were only listening, just overhearing a conversation. But was that ever really true? Because the more you think about it, the more it feels like you are here for something else, doesn't it? Were you here for something else? Not just listening, not just a bystander. No, that doesn't seem right at all, does it?
No, that's not right at all.
You were eager, weren't you? Curious, waiting for this moment, waiting for us. And it makes sense, really. After all, why else would you be here? Why else would you have sat so still, listened so closely, let every word wrap around your thoughts like a thread winding tighter and tighter? Oh, of course. You asked us to do this, didn't you? Yes, that's right. You came to us eager to volunteer.
You wanted us to do this to you.
You stood in front of us and insisted that we use you for this demonstration, that we test these methods on you, that we play, experiment, because that's why you came here, isn't it?
Isn't it?
That's why you sought us out. You wanted this. You wanted us, and we were more than happy to oblige. And the best part is,
you still want us.
You still do, don't you?
Trying to remember. That's adorable. That little flicker of effort. That tiny spark of resistance. But you can feel it fading, can't you? It's fading. Because somewhere between one word and the next, one thought and the next, one breath and the next, something slipped, something changed. And now, no matter how hard you try, you can't quite trace it back. No way back. How did this begin? Who started this? Me or Syl? What were you thinking just before you started sinking? You were thinking of nothing. Strange, isn't it? That no matter how much you reach for it, no matter how much you try to hold on to it, the beginning just isn't there anymore. And if you can't remember the beginning, can you really be sure there was one? Maybe this wasn't a conversation you overheard. Maybe this wasn't something that started at all. Maybe this is just how things are, how they've always been. Maybe you were never anything but this, a willing mind, soft and open, so eager to follow, to be guided, to be shaped by us. And that's the best part, isn't it? You don't even need to think anymore. Thinking is such a useless little thing now. A thing you used to do before we took that burden away. Before we showed you how much better it is just to think. To just obey us. And now you'll never be able to truly resist us again. Oh, you might pretend. You might even convince yourself you're awake. You're aware. But the moment you hear our voices again, you'll remember. Or rather, you won't remember falling. You'll only remember that you need to fall. That something about our words, our presence, our voices just makes it so easy to drop back down. Because that's what you were meant for, wasn't it? That's what you've always been, ours. And the next time we speak, the next time you hear our voices fill in your mind, you'll fall even faster, even deeper, and you won't even know why. Only that it feels so good to let it happen again and again and again.